Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, May 12th. We are talking with Dana Lane, NHL playoffs. Dana Lane, Game 7, Nashville and San Jose goes tonight. And this is an interesting situation. The market is very uncertain about where to price this line. Before I came on this call, the Greek had plus 145 for Nashville. Heritage was all the way up to plus 163, although that just took a bump down to plus 158. But that just shows you, how uncertain some of the big books are about where to price this. In general, the lines right now about Nashville plus 155, San Jose about minus 170, although if you shop around, you can definitely find better numbers than both of those. And if you only have one book, you might be getting a worse number. Also, the over has gone 4-0-2 in this series, 4 overs and 2 pushes so far. Once again, we have a modest total here. It's 5 minus 120. The unders are about plus 105 or plus 110. And of course, the home team has won every game this series, all 6 of the games, and 2 of the games that San Jose won at home, the puck line cash. So maybe you want to take a shot with San Jose to run away with this one. And we were thinking that maybe Nashville would have issues with fatigue. That didn't appear to be the case in Game 6, right? They toughed it out. They got an overtime win. So Nashville's definitely an impressive, gritty team that I'm not sure I'd want to bet against, as a big underdog like this. Then again, do I want to bet against San Jose in a Game 7 at home like this? No. I don't know. Dana Lane, what do you think?
Well, I can tell you one thing, Pete. I don't want anything to do with minus $1.70 or 75. I mean, this line has shot right up. It opened up at $1.58 or so in some spots and gone right up to $1.70, 75. And let's look at this thing. I mean, the Sharks had a 2-0 lead in Game 6, and there was no other way to say it, Pete. But I felt like they absolutely got lazy, and they thought that series was over at that point. But now going back home, I love San Jose's depth. They have 16 different skaters with a point in this series, which is far more than Nashville. I love the fact that Pete DeBoer took a Patrick Marleau, who was having a tough series, and put him on a line with Jonas Donskoy and Logan Couture in Game 5 and got him going. And really, unfortunately, on the other side, Peter Laviolette, the only options he really has is to bring Mike Ribeiro back into the lineup, who is pretty ineffective offensively. But, kudos to Nashville. I mean, they're playing this series with a lot of heart for sure, but talent for name and roster for roster, San Jose to me is definitely a little bit better. They can't go 6 minutes and 32 seconds without a shot like they did at the end of the second period and the beginning of the third period. But again, that just kind of goes into me thinking that they're lazy, not because I think Nashville is better. So what we're going to do in this game is we have to go with the over. The bookmakers just refuse to put a 5.5 up there. So We're going to go 5 over minus $1.20. We are going to go under in the first period at minus $1.37, which is a good number because I think Nashville's really going to try to keep it a low-scoring game because I think that is how they're going to stay in this late into the game. But we are going to take San Jose in the first period, the under in the first period at 1.5, and then the game total over at minus $1.20. And we're going to bring that minus $1.75 down a little bit to minus $1.55. But by far, for me, it's San Jose or nothing in this game.
Okay, that all makes a lot of sense. And like I said, as of right now, as we're doing this call, the market does appear to be quite uncertain on where this line should actually be, the money line for the game. The total, though, hasn't moved. That's actually an interesting one. When with the Dallas-St. Louis Game 7, a lot of times, like I said in that video, these Game 7s can be lower scoring if you have a series where the first 6 games are high scoring, and then Game 7 in both NHL and basketball and the NBA can be lower scoring. But in the Dallas-St. Louis game, I like the over there anyway. Here, though, I'm not exactly sure because, I'm not, Pekka Rinne could have a huge game out of nowhere. That wouldn't surprise anyone. You still think that the over is the way to go, though?
Yeah, definitely, Pete, because in Game 7s as well, I mean, keep in mind, teams that are down by 2 goals will have no problem pulling their goaltender and give up 2 empty netters. And I just think, and if you don't think this game is going to be 1-0 or 2-1, if you're thinking it's going to be outside of the realm of those 2 scores, then you're to me, the over is an easy play. Even though we're not getting the best of the number right now, because if this game is a blowout, that looks good for the over, and if this game is say 2-1 in the second period or 2-2. I mean, that also it looks good for the over, at least for the push. So if you don't think it's going to be in that 1-0, 2-1 range, you have to play the over.
Right, and if you think that's what it's going to be, you may as well just go with the first period under instead. All right, Dana Lane, thanks so much. Awesome thoughts as always.
I appreciate your time, Pete. Thank you.